everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features two standout quarterbacks from the league-altering 2012 NFL Draft. It's Andrew Luck going up against Russell Wilson. With that, let's get you up to Seattle. We're standing by our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, somewhat surprisingly, the rain has held off. Just overcast skies so far as you get a look inside CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Indianapolis Colts and the Seattle Seahawks. They come up in an offset eye. Now a first carry for Isaiah Crowell. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, the running back is in sync as well.
The focal point. Runs, catches, blocks, sets the tone for the offense.
8 yards to go here on 2nd down. They'll send the tight end in motion left. To throw on 2nd down is Luck. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
A first down carry now for Crowell. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Again, it's Crowell. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. And the slot man goes in motion left. Now a first down throw. Luck. And Aiken with it over the middle. And he lost the football. But I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were. And so possession will remain with Indy. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And a look at Seattle's defense.
When Bobby Wagner's career is said and done, people are going to look back and say he was an absolute steal in the NFL draft. A Pro Bowl player for any team.
And they only need a little bit here. 3rd down and very short. They'll fake it. Now Luck. Rolling to his right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried to surprise the defense and hit something through the air. Instead, it results in an incompletion.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So, of course, they wanted to find the end zone, but when you go on the road and your first drive results in points, I think you're pretty happy.
You have to be, because you've taken it to the home team in this case. And while you may not have shut up the home crowd, you've quieted them down a little bit. Good way to start.
And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll run for the first time with Lacey. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
First carry for Thomas Rawls. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Now a play fake here on first down. Drops it underneath for Rawls. It's a gain of 14 there. And the Seahawks are going to have a first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They give him 14 yards that time, and a fresh shut it down. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Another run, but this time it's Rawls. A nice gain of 21 yards. A nice strong run there for Rawls. His coaches back in high school in Flint, Michigan, you know what his nickname was?
No, what was it?
The Train. The man can break some tackles on occasion.
Well, it makes sense when you watch runs like that, because when you're trying to deal with a train, you're supposed to get out of the way, right? And if you don't, you're going to get bruised up trying to tackle him. That's the type of runner he is. He can pop people as he goes by them.
Here's Procise. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. He'll dump it off to Procise. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a gain of 7, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. And they'll run it here. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
So on 4th down, here's a punter, Jeff Locke, to kick it away. Back deep for the Seahawks, the all-pro returner from 2015, Tyler Lockett. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession. Now the UCLA man, the former Bruin, Jeff Locke, on to punt it away. Back deep, the dangerous Tyler Lockett. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, That's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it?
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
So the D-line's going to spread out. This time Wilson will throw. And he's got his tight end. This is Luke Wilson. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
He hits Jermaine Kearse. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
They'll come out in the pistol. On second down, Rawls. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
And on third down, the Colts have added an extra defensive back.
Flooding the passing lanes.
Out to the right here to Wilson. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Luke Wilson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
To throw on 2nd down is Locke. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or...
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Over the middle, Dorsett. 15 yards there for number 15.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On first down, it's Locke. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
On second down, here's Crowell, and he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy. And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And his throw here is incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and it's 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On 3rd down, Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So on 4th down, here's the Canadian-born punter John Ryan to kick it away for Seattle. Back deep for the Colts is Philip Dorsett. Here's Dorsett. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. On 2nd and 10, Locke. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Call it a gain of 3, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. Throwing on 3rd down, Locke. And able to find Dorsett. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line.
And Fit's the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
And now they're in the hurry up.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And Folk's kick is good. And with that, they'll take a 2-point lead here in quarter number 2. So they kick it through to take the lead. There is a little bit of time left, though, here in the 2nd quarter.
And while they're concerned about not giving up a big return or giving up points themselves going into the half, how good do they feel, though, putting points on the board themselves right near the end of the first half?
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts. And never mind, Larry, these 2 teams apparently anxious to get back at it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. 2nd and 10 now, Wilson. And he comes back with one complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And he's got some space here. And a loose football. Walls loses it. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I can hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
This will be caught inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Luke Wilson with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start. And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken.
And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front, or maybe you bring a different.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his second touchdown on the season. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. This is caught by Marlon Brown. Give them 13 on the pickup there. And the Colts are going to have a first.
That was a nice completion on an out route. And those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
Now it's locked. Looking for Moncrief, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And a short gain here down to the 22. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. See if they stay on the ground for second down. On second down, here's Wilson. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that. But a lot of those were really like baseball batting gloves.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. C.J. Prosise, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Walsh now for the PAT. makes this a 19-point game. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And the Colts coming out now. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Give him 30 yards there. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Take this one down to about the 40. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
A nickel look by Seattle on 3rd down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
And now Nick Folk. His career long, 56 yards. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. This time Wilson will throw. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll try and punch it in with Crowell. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing out 2nd down.
Michael Bennett's versatility, being able to play any position along the defensive front, allows him to make those types of plays. He finds good matchups and gets into the offensive backfield.
And there it works for a tackle for loss. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. They got to have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. Now Luck on 3rd and goal. And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They begin the drive with Lacey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
That was a good, strong run there. While it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
They'll run. This is Lacey. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
23 yards on the play. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. Because strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
It's a pickup of 14 there, and it's good enough for a Seattle first. Defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up in the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And quickly, they get to the line. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance. If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. And with very little time left on the play clock, Pete Carroll's going to call timeout. That's going to leave him with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. with Lacey. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Eddie Lacy, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
Offensive line coaches always tell their guys, if we score touchdowns, that means we get to the end zone first. That's exactly what those blockers did, clearing the way for their back.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And the Colts getting ready to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They begin with a run by Crowell. Isaiah Crowell, he's all alone. The 30, 10, touchdown, Indianapolis. Isaiah Crowell, 81 yards. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Seahawks looks like they've recovered. They have. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
A nice gain of 21 yards.
And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
The age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
Here's Wilson. This will be caught at about the 5. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he...
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Luke Wilson, his third touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And it's up and good. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Corral. And he powers his way up past the 30. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up. A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.